Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you just how easy it really is to apply some protective film to your frame in those sensitive areas where it can get chipped by rocks and debris and mud and other things that can really blemish your paint. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you just how easy this really is. So today I'm going to be using one of our backup bicycles we have here to demonstrate how to apply the protective film. We're going to apply it today in one of the most sensitive areas, is the bottom part of the down tube here, where the front wheel has a tendency of kicking up rocks and debris and in turn it bouncing or ricocheting off this down tube. So the first thing you want to do is clean the surface where you're going to apply the protective film. I'm just going to use some regular old glass cleaner here and a paper towel. Clean this up real nice, and then we'll move on to the second step. So I'm going to be using this 3M protective film that they actually engineer for automobiles, but it absolutely works terrific on bicycles as well. It's a nice thick, kind of a rubbery type of a decal. You can find kits that are made specifically for your bike or other bikes online, but typically those are going to be a lot more expensive, somewhere between $8 to $50 for the kit. I just went on Amazon, bought some automotive grade vinyl, and purchased it there. I found it online for $15.47. So we're going to get this piece trimmed up here, and this is what we're going to use. So first what I do is I just line it up basically onto the frame, get a basic idea of how long I want it. Go ahead and hold it back up there and get an idea of the width. This here, where it's just going to wrap around the bottom half, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide. So I'll mark that now. So now I'm going to use a square here to draw out a nice straight line that we'll be cutting, and then we'll be applying it to the frame. Now I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the basic shape here. Get yourself some nice shears or scissors that have a good edge on them. Just going to follow that line that I previously marked out. And this doesn't have to be perfect. Once you apply this to the frame, it is virtually invisible, and you'll never see the lines. If there's any deviations or wonky areas, you'll never notice, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and round off these corners, because when you leave the corners, they have a tendency of getting snagged and eventually kind of peeling up the edges. So just go ahead and round out the edges, make it look a little bit better if you do see it, and again, it keeps it from snagging your clothes or anything else that might lift that edge. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You really aren't going to notice this at all. There we go, and now we have our frame protector. So now that I have the frame protector all cut out, we can go ahead and line it up, make sure that it's going to fit the way we intended it to. And looks like it's going to be a nice fit there. So I'm going to go ahead and peel the backing, and we'll get started on the installation. Now I've seen people use all different types of methods to apply these decals and try to get them on there without any bubbles or any kind of flaws. I've been in the auto body industry now 26 years, so I've installed many decals and vinyl graphics, and what I found works best and is super easy is you get a little bottle, you mix up some couple drops of water, a couple drops of soap with some water, shake it up, get a slight soapy mixture. I'm going to spray this on the surface we're applying it to, and also on the back of the vinyl. This will allow me to slide it around, line it up, get it just where I want it, and then work all the water and bubbles out, which in turn is going to leave us with a flawless, perfect application, no bubbles, no flaws, looking virtually invisible. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I like to use my finger and just kind of press down in the center of the decal first a little bit, just to get it to kind of stay. And then I'll just kind of work a little bit towards the outside edges and get some of the major or the majority of the water and bubbles out. Now a lot of people will use a squeegee or a decal type spreader looking thing to work out the bubbles. That is all, in my opinion, totally unnecessary. I just get a clean, soft cloth, and I'm just going to start from the center of the decal, working outward, pressing out from the center out, trying to push the bubbles and the water out. And once we get that all out, we're going to be left with a flawless decal application. Make sure you kind of hold it in place, grip the sides of it, hold it so it doesn't slide around in the process. And again, with some firm pressure, work from the inside out and just kind of push out any water, bubbles. Do the same going up. Very simple. Make sure you keep a firm grip on the decal because it does want to have a tendency to slide around a little bit while you're doing this, but as you work it, it'll become more and more stuck to the area and not want to slide. Just be patient and work it out. So now that I've worked out all the bubbles and it's on there very well, very clean, now I'm just going to go over it a little bit more with the heat gun or the hair dryer, whatever you have, and really try to make sure get all the moisture out and really lock this thing onto that down tube. And then once you're done doing that, you're done. And I'll show you what that looks like after I'm done here. So that is it, my friends. It really is that easy. I mean, this whole job, start to finish, maybe took me 10-15 minutes. I've seen a lot of other videos out there, and I think they make it a lot more complicated than it really needs to be. Just get yourself a little soapy water, soft rag, and a heat gun, or a hair dryer if you have it, and you can do a flawless job like I've done here today. Anyways, thanks a lot for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. If you liked the video, please hit like. If you liked what I'm doing here, check out some of my other videos and subscribe. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great day.